Hey my breezies, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Barely Bree, and I am back with part 2 of my series where I'm talking about how I lost my mom. Part 3 is on the way, so be sure to tune in for that. Sorry. But yeah, so you guys, I look forward to getting these videos out for you guys. I know I've been slacking. I've been taking forever. Yes, I know. I'm gonna be consistent. I promise you guys. Like, just bear with me, okay? I promise y'all. I got videos already recorded. I just haven't edited them yet. I haven't had no time. I promise y'all, I haven't had no time. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna go ahead and get these videos edited and recorded and uploaded for you guys to go ahead and watch. And go ahead and make sure that you click that subscribe button so that you can be notified of when I upload. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. It was crazy. And so for me to go through that journey with her, it was a blessing, as well as, something that was very troubling for me. And y'all still see that I'm over here crying. These is not fake tears. I love my mama. And so man. So then, I got released from the hospital. And then then I got released from the hospital. And then the crazy thing was, after my week was up, was that they moved my mom, who was still supposed to be in ICU, down to the exact same room that I was in. When I tell y'all, that room is like a death trap, because, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I say that. Because I feel like if my mom was still inside ICU and she was still being looked after, she would have been still here to this day. And once they moved her down to a regular inpatient room, it was no longer that type of a story. There was no type of real care for her. The RN, or not the RN, but the CNA that was on duty for her. I remember I went down there after her first surgery with her nose that they did, and the CNA, she ended up coming in there and putting my mom on a bedpan so that she can use the bathroom. And she tried to have the audacity to tell me that I need to learn how to do it because she might not be inside of there to help my mother. First of all, you don't sit over there and you don't tell nobody that just got out of an accident who can bear. When I tell y'all, literally, this is my arm. I could barely even lift it to this high, without being in excruciating pain. There was no way I was going to be able to help my mother. No way. My leg was still killing me and everything. It was so much stuff that I was going through emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything, y'all. I was mad. So mad. And I almost, mustered up the guard to beat this woman's butt. Because ain't no way you going to sit over there and have the audacity to come at me and tell me something about your job, not mine, yours. So you want to tell me to do your job? No, you shouldn't be employed if you want somebody else to come and do your job. So, y'all, so what had happened was this lady gonna end up walking out of the, she goes on break, disappears. Nobody knows where she's at. My mom was done using the bathroom and everything. Nobody knew where that lady was. And then so I had somebody else come in and help my mom, and she was like, yeah, you shouldn't have to deal with this, you just got out of the accident just like your mom. And I wanted to stay, y'all. I'm telling y'all, my convictions are real. When I tell y'all, if I ever told people what my convictions are when it comes to them, they would think that I was crazy. Because I honestly can see and sense things before it happens. And so many people are like, oh, you must be a witch or something like that, or you're crazy, or you're this, you're that, you're mean, you're blah, 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 blah. Listen, all I know is that what I know is what I know. And majority of the time, I keep my mouth shut because I don't have time for you coming back to me and talking about some, you spoke that onto me and you put that into my mind and da-da-da-da. No, I ain't do none of that. No, I ain't do that. That was not me. So, I had another crazy, strong feeling. I was just like, stay at the hospital. I promise y'all, I fought with my mother. I said, Mom, I'm not going home because I have this strange feeling that something is going to happen to you. Something is about to happen. And my mom was just like, no, you'll be fine. You know, we're going to find somebody to bring you back to the hospital tomorrow, and I'm going to see you again. Y'all, I wish I would have fought harder. Like, fought so much harder to stay there with my mom. I'm sorry. That was the last day that I ever got to see my mom and actually hear her voice, like her talking to me in person. Like, y'all have no idea until you've been inside of a situation with the parent that you really love and that you care about. That was the last day for me to ever get the opportunity to see my mom actually moving and being herself and actually talking, and then I don't get to see that anymore. It was so hurtful. And to know that the people that were supposed to be taking care of my mom put her in last place, like, that was so crazy to me. So the next day, my mom was completely fine. I talked to her. You know, I let her know that I was coming to the hospital and I would see her the very next day. And, you know, my mom was like, yeah, you know, I love you. Go get some rest and stuff like that. And, yeah, my last words to my mom that I got to hear from her was, I love you. But if y'all only knew the things that I've gone through with my mom before, and to only have gotten back on good terms with my mom a month before she ends up inside of the hospital, you will understand where I'm coming from. So, the days that I was supposed to go in and see my mom and, you know, get to talk with her and hug on her and love on her, I went into the hospital, you know, happy and excited that I got to see my mom yet another day. And I was with my mom's friend's daughter, and she was 15 at the time, and I was about, she's 18 now, I was about 20 at the time. And so we both go to my old room, expecting to see my mom in that room. We get up there, it's an empty room, nobody's in sight for us to see. So then finally a nurse comes out to the nurse's station. And so we go to the nurse's station, we ask them, where's my mom? We was like, there's no scheduled surgeries or anything for her this early in the morning or anything like that. So they asked me what room, and I let them know. And so they were like, oh, we were trying to get in contact with you. We were trying to call you all night. We couldn't get in contact with anybody. We couldn't call nobody or anything like that. Mind you guys, my phone number has been up on that board. My aunt's phone number was on that board. My brother's phone number was on that board. My phone number was in the file. My aunt's phone number was in the file. My brother's phone number was in the file. This lady read to me a strange phone number. I don't know where the phone number came from. It's not one of my family's phone numbers. It wasn't my friend's phone numbers. It wasn't nobody's that I could even imagine's phone number. Nobody that I knew that knew my mother had that phone number. So, I was baffled. I was so confused as to how that even happened. Sometimes you're just like, wow, all things happen for a reason, but I feel like that should have never ever happened at all. And so we get up, we go to the cardiac care unit, the CCU unit. And so we get up there, and when I tell y'all, I went up there, and it was like, yeah, your mom is up there. She's in this room, blase, blase, blase. So we go up the elevator. We go to that room. I sit there in the doorway. My mother was coding yet again. And I watched how hard they worked. I just stood there watching, looking, everything. And I literally, my heart dropped. My heart broke into countless pieces. And just to see, if you guys have ever seen somebody being resuscitated, worked on, whatever, in order to bring them back to life, you will know what I'm talking about. It was so heartbreaking for me because that was my mom. And the only time and I stood there for a minute just watching, just to see if my mom would ever come back. And that first little whimpering whine that I let out for my mom was when the machines beeped back again. So my mom was there. Her spirit came back into her body. And you can't tell me that a mother doesn't know her children's voice. She doesn't understand it. She can't hear it even if she's coding or anything like that, because hearing is definitely the last thing to go, in case people really don't understand that hearing really is the last thing to go. So she hears my cries, and and I was so heartbroken, you guys. Like, I was mad. I was so excited, but I was angry. So angry at the fact that my mom would ever have the audacity to want to even, like, I'm not even going to say want to, but to not allow me to say goodbye in person. Not allow me the opportunity to, talk to you. Like, and I know it's not her fault. And then I found out some other news as to the process that she was going through. And then I'm around people that have major convictions like I do. And so for people to have major convictions like I do, but still want to tell me, no, I can't take you to go see your mom. No, you don't need to go see your mom. Oh, you're going to see her tomorrow. Oh, I have this and that and the third and blah, 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 blah. That's all I heard was blah, 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 excuse, excuse, excuse. And then for whenever my mom is on the ventilator, you want to tell me, your mom told me this before she ever coded. I had a vision or premonition or whatever, and I saw your mom dying. Let me tell y'all. So I had a conviction that something was going to happen to my mom, severe something, and that my mom was not going to make it to see another day. And something was like, you need to be by her bedside. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I tried everything in my power to be by my mother's bedside, and for somebody to tell me no, and I had no funds. When I tell y'all, my bank accounts zeroed out. There was no me calling anybody. I couldn't call my brothers or my sisters' name and tell them, hey, send me some money so I can go see my mama. I probably could have actually did that, but I didn't even think about it. because of the sheer fact that if I have such a big community of people to say that they love me and that they care about me, but for you to constantly tell me, oh, I can't do this for you and I can't do that for you or anything like that. When I tell y'all I felt like I exhausted all my resources, everybody turned me down. Everybody said no. Everybody. My bank account even told me no. Y'all, I could have just went ahead and ordered a cab and got inside the cab and been like, hey, I'll be back with the money, and just never ever came out with the money to pay the taxi person. But I couldn't do that because my heart is just too pure for that. So I just couldn't do it. I couldn't lie. I couldn't do none of that. Whew. So, that's crazy. But, so my mom ended up being on a ventilator for about 2 weeks. She had a rare condition where they could not go in or they couldn't give her this particular medicine to dilute the blood clots that were forming inside of her body to help her blood flow so that she could actually possibly regain some sort of function and, recover. My mom had like a bunch of rare conditions. Rare conditions run inside my family sometimes. And, but I bind that in the name of Jesus. But y'all, nothing can ever prepare y'all for something as traumatic as that. It can't. Just no way. No way for anything to prepare you for it. It's impossible. So, yeah, after I get there, my mom's on the ventilator for about... Okay, let me back up. So, after I hit the machines, y'all, when I tell y'all I sprinted down the hall, I couldn't breathe. Literally, I collapsed on the floor. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do none of that. It blew my mind. It took my breath away. I couldn't do nothing. I fell on the floor. I was hyperventilating. When I tell y'all they finally got me to, they got me to go into a chair. They sat me down some type of chair over there where my mom's room was, so I couldn't see her though. And the doctor said, if you don't calm down, you're going to be inside of a hospital room and you won't ever get to see your mom ever again. And she may end up passing away. So if you don't calm down, then you probably won't ever get to see your mom, even though she is on a ventilator. Y'all, that destroyed me yet again. I was like, after I heard the words, I said, okay, just give me some time. Give me some time, just give me some time. I'm trying to wrap this around my brain, my mind. I'm trying to just understand the situation, trying to just, get a better outlook and a better idea of what's really going on inside the situation. So this video is long. This is gonna have to be part 1, part 2. So I was just trying to get an idea of what was going on inside the situation, but I was hyperventilating and everything. While I was in the middle of hyperventilating, I called my aunt. Y'all, try telling me how you explain something that's going on and that's heart-wrenching to a family member. My aunt and my mom was so close. Like, so close. My aunt could not live without my mom. And my aunt ended up passing away, I think, like 8 or 10 days after my mom's birthday. The following year. Y'all, that was another heart-wrenching thing, y'all. Loss after loss after loss, and love is just going. You never ever know when somebody's last day really is, but that's another story as well. Y'all got stories for days. I could be talking for days. When I tell y'all, I could be talking for days. But this was actually supposed to be a get to know me video. I'm going to do part 2 because this video is very long. So I am going to be doing part 2 that's going to explain everything else that happened. So stay tuned for that video. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some more emotional roller coasters. So go ahead and grab your little tissue box and Stay tuned for that. I love you guys already, and I miss you guys already. Bye, my little berries.